Hi everyone, I'm Peggy Rometo with Intuitive Astrology Star Signs for the month of July 2014. Now, many of you are aware that I just moved from Florida to Los Angeles, California, and I'm in the process of getting settled. So I may not do these signs as long as I've done in the past, just for the sake of time. I wanted to give you something, but I don't know that I'll be able to do it as long as I normally do. As you can see, I still have a lot to do behind me. There's tons of boxes on the other side of this wall, but I did want to give you something. So if you're interested in following me on Twitter or Facebook, I would love to have you, so please join me over there. And in addition, I've got some emails from people who've been asking if I'm still doing sessions. Absolutely. I can do them on the phone or Skype. One-on-one privates, just go to my website, Peggy Rometo, that's PEGGYROMETO.com, and email me there and we can set something up. So let's go right to the signs. Let's start with Cancer, June 21st to July 22nd. So if you're a Cancer, what can you expect for the month of July? Let's tune in and find out. Okay, so right away what comes up, Cancers, is this, I feel like there's been a lot of movement for you in terms of a lot of changes, and for some of you may have moved like myself, some of you may have changed relationships, but you're all coming out of this kind of sleep. And part of that is due to Mercury was retrograde last month, and now it's gone direct July 1st. And so communication now is opened up. And more importantly than communication is our perspective, our ability to be able to see things that we weren't able to see before. And especially in the area of relationships, some of you are going to see some things about some people in your life that you're not going to like, that you're going to go, oh, you know what, I didn't know that about them, or they're really disappointing me. So some of you are really going to see some relationships that you don't want in your life anymore, and they're just going to naturally fall away. The good news is you're also going to meet some new people, and people that are going to inspire you, and people that you're going to really have long relationships with for a really long time, and really close heart relationships. So it's a very good opportunity starting now to really meet people and really open up and blossom in your relationships. If you're in a committed relationship, I also think that that is going to get some boost around July 17th, 18th. There's some flowering energy around personal relationships. Maybe you'll take a vacation together, but there's a real romantic flair that kind of opens up and is nurtured around that day. Also, self-care is really important for you guys this month. Taking care, and also you're also may notice that you're not moving forward as quickly as you want. And you know, crabs, it's Cancer, it's, you know, it's the sign of the crab. Move left to right, right, as opposed to moving forward. So some of you may notice that you're kind of back and forth or moving left to right and not really jumping in or moving forward. It's okay. It's just kind of a sign of the time. But you are going to see that there's some momentum that's going to come in here in that first week of July that's going to start to break that up from the past, and you're going to start to feel more comfortable in your own skin. You're going to feel more ready to go in a direction that's going to serve you. The other thing is not worrying about the past. You know, Cancers a lot of times tend to keep things in. You tend to be anxious. You tend not to allow people to know those things about you. Cancers generally have a lot of fear, and doesn't mean that you outwardly show that, because depending on, you know, your other birth signs when you were born, you could be a Leo and externally be really strong, but internally have a Cancer moon, or be have a Cancer sign but have a Leo moon. So outwardly you're very powerful and strong, but inwardly you're really afraid. You're really scared, and you don't let people know that. So there's a lot of, with Cancers, generally there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxieties. You're going to get some help this month with, it feels like some energy is going to come in the middle of the month. It's going to help to melt some of your fears, going to put some of those fears to rest. You're going to feel more comfortable in your own skin. You're going to feel more confident. This can also be a month that you want to make sure that you keep yourself busy. Because what happens with Cancers too, and with the energy of Cancer, it's easy for people to get depressed. It's easier for them to kind of sink into victim mode, and you don't want to do that. So getting outdoors, staying busy, connecting with friends, and if you know you have a tendency to be depressed, you want to stay, you know, you really want to alert your friends, hey guys, you know, pull me. If I get in a funk, you know, pull me out of it, help me out of it. Because this month more than others is one that tends to pull us down into those negative energies that can be more heavy. And for us over here in the US, even though it's summertime, some people can still find themselves having the summertime blues. So we want to stay away from that, and we really want to be proactive against it by getting out there, staying in relationship, having fun, and doing things that make us feel good from the inside out. And I think if you do that, you're going to find that this month is really going to springboard you into something special and really creating new relationships and a new alliance for yourself and for others. Now, if you're working, as far as career highlights for you, they're showing me that there was a knot or a problem around July 3rd or July 4th that just kind of opens up. So I see this problem being dissolved or worked out. You are going to have to be kind of proactive with it. You're going to have to think of some creative things. And some of the answers have already come to you from last month. In other words, this is a problem that has been revisited before. So it's something that has happened before, and you're revisiting it again, and you have knowledge, prior knowledge out of how to use it. So I don't want you to fret. It's not a new problem. It's something you've already handled, but you're going to have to come up and just handle it again. Not a big deal. It's in the next couple of days here. Easy enough remedy. But for those of you that can get fear-based, you could allow it become a big problem because just the fact that you have to deal with it again. But you really don't have to be. If you just get proactive and you remember, that's how I handled it last time. Why can't it happen the same way again? And so with a little twist, it absolutely can. There's also new relationships coming in around July 17th that have to do with work as well. Might have to do with writing, might have to do with media. It might have to do with where you're on the spotlight. You could be, something you've written could be picked up by the internet and put out there, or something that you may get a magazine cover. You may get, all these crazy big things could also possibly happen for you. So there's a lot of momentum around media and media conversations. And it could even be something as simple as, being at a Little League game and having your kid up to bat and having the picture, and, you're in the stands and there's a photographer takes a picture of your child and you, so it's kind of, it can be anything as fun and simple as that to something very serious and positive for your work that you've been longing for. So there's really good momentum for you with work too. Financially, not to worry. There's positive things for you financially as well. I feel like you're in the flow, and it just kind of feels like it's just kind of this rhythmic energy, with your money. If anything, I feel like you could tend to spend too much with a little bit of boredom or slight depression, looking for something to kind of like make you happy. So you want to go shopping, or you want to spend extra money, or go do more fun things. So in an effort to keep your mood up. If that's the case, then just be aware that you're doing that. Maybe pick and choose so you don't go over budget or extend yourself, and I think you'll be fine. As far as your health goes, Cancer. You want to be careful with your teeth this month. They're showing me, just like be aware of your teeth. Make sure you're getting to the dentist. Make sure you're brushing them. Make sure you handle or stay on top of your teeth. There's a sensitivity with your teeth in particular with your sign this month, and then some of you may be dealing with a little bit of head cold or earache, kind of cough congestion thing right now. I do feel also that. Doesn't feel like it's any big thing. It feels like something that we know that everything is mind, body, spirit, right? So when you get a symptom in the body, it's simply coming from something that's been unexpressed. So if you've got a sore throat, if you've got this cough, who are you angry at, or what is bothering you, what is choking you, what can't you say? So you want to start to look at symptoms as a sign of dis-ease in the body. Dis-ease, you're uneasy about something in your body, in your system. So the month of Cancer, first of all, God forbid that, nobody gets cancer, and an odd name for a sign, right? So we want to stay more proactive and positive with our health this month. We want to think positive. If we're, Cancers of all signs, if you feel something is wrong in your body, you want to take initiative. You don't want to sit and wait and think, oh, it's nothing. Because Cancer also tends to worry, the Cancer sign tends to have more fears and worry, it will create more anxiety in you if you wait. So if you do have any sort of symptom, you want to check it out, because my sense is it's going to be benign, it's going to be nothing. But what happens is when you let something go and it festers and you worry about it, it amplifies to the universe, and because the universe responds to the loudest call. Are we afraid or are we happy? So if we're happy, the universe is sending us more happiness. If we're afraid and that voice is louder, we're attracting more fear, more negativity. So if we have something about our health that we're concerned about, but we're not talking about it and we don't tell anybody about it, we don't go to the doctor about it, that just amplifies that fear, which could indeed then manifest into something. Now, so this is why it's better just to go get it handled, go check it out, and you'll be pleasantly surprised, I think, that it's going to be fine. So for the majority of you, you want to just nip it in the bud when you've got something that you're concerned about, go get it handled, go get it checked out. And doing that over time is going to start to create a certainty for you Cancers that you're fine. And you'll start to know your body even better, so that when you'll really be able to discern then, oh, I don't have to worry about it, I know it's really this. Because our deeper wisdom, our deeper intuition is always stronger than that little bit of fear that's there. So once you've trained yourself to know your body pretty well, then you don't have to run to the doctor all the time. But Cancers, this is more for a Cancer sign than any other sign, because you are so sensitive and you are really in the physical body much more sensitive than any other sign with the physicality. So you just want to be aware of that. So I see all good things for you guys this month with health. I feel like it's positive. I feel like you just have to be on guard, taking good care of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, so you don't get down in the dumps, so you don't feel depressed or sad. And if you're starting to do that, then, you know, call on your buddies to pull you out, to go do something and go have some fun, and be on the lookout for that. You know, if you're prone to it. If you're not prone to it, don't even worry about it. Go have fun, go have a good time. So Cancers, I hope you have an amazing July, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Hi, if you're a Leo, born July 23rd to August 22nd, what can you expect for the month of July 2014? Let's tune in and find out. Wow, Leos, I feel like you've been through it. Right away, like relationships come up for me. My whole heart is just throbbing, and you know, it's open. That's the good news. I feel like your heart is open, but I'm also seeing tears and sadness and a welling. So I feel like you've been through it, and whether that means that you've lost a loved one, you know, I'm sorry, my condolences if you have, or if it is just the realization that love that you have isn't going to work out, or isn't the one, or circumstances have that you're apart. I feel this, boy, really in the throat, where you're carrying, I feel this intense grief for a lot of you Leos. So the good news is that, you know, all things will pass, and that there's always a silver lining in every dark cloud. And this is information for you. You know, you just went through, we all went through a real difficult time with the eclipses in April, and then, you know, Mercury was retrograde. It just went direct. So Mercury went direct on July 1st, which now means that cloud, that illusion is gone. And so with that illusion being gone, it's giving you the opportunity to really see what is truthful, how you really feel, how the people in your life are really treating you, and what do I deserve this? This is how I want. Are the relationships around you, are they honest? Are they faithful? Are they truthful? And you'll start to be able to see, you know, are they good enough for me? How do they treat me? You know, actions speak louder than words. So you want to pay attention to that. And you know what, Leos, you deserve more. So you really want to know that whatever heartache you've just gone through, that there's a silver light or a silver lining at the end of the tunnel here. And I mixed the two up, didn't I? Which is something a channeler does quite often. So anyway, so I was trying to say there's a silver lining, and I was also saying there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Both are true for you. So the good news is, Leo, is that I see mid-July like this bright light, like July 15th, July 17th, like, wow, okay, I've got clarity, I've got my mojo back, I know exactly what I want, I know where I'm going, I've got my freedom, you're really having some fun. And I really feel like, you know, that what you've just gone through was, while for some of you was extremely devastating, was very informative, and is going to give you a greater understanding of what you want in your future, what you want in your life. And this feels, for most of us, what I'm connecting with for Leo feels romantic love is what I'm referring to. Now, some of you may have lost someone close to you, in terms of their transition. In other words, they passed away, that sort of thing. And if that's the sense, you know, my deepest condolences to you. That's a different type of energy that you have to go through. That is definitely a more of a long-term grieving process. But at the same time, I do see that same sort of energy, that uplifting energy for you happening again around that July 15th, that July 17th date. And just by the nature of the sign of Cancer that we're all kind of influenced in right now, tends to be a little more sensitive, tends to be a little more weepy. So if you're finding yourself, Leo, a little more sensitive, a little more, you know, quick to cry or wearing your emotions on your sleeve, which is kind of unusual for Leos, just know that that's part of the energy that we're in right now. And, you know, you've got a lot of robust things coming up. There's a lot of career opportunities for you. There's a lot of opportunity for you to focus, to be seen and to be heard, to really shine. So whatever this relationship issue was that kind of had you out of sorts for a while, just let it go and really put the focus back on you and on your career, because I really see some stellar things happening for you in this month. And it's just going to start to get ramped up. And by the end of August, like really open up. So from about July 15th to like August 25th, I really just see you on this upward trend or momentum where you're going to be seen and your star is rising. Okay. So that's all good. The other thing about career for you, Leo, is, you know, some of you know exactly what you want. You know where to focus and you know how to get it. That's all good. For those of you that aren't as clear, you're also going to get some influence or influx from the universe that's going to support you and help you. And there's money tied to it too. So I see some offers coming in for you around the July 20th, July 25th, that particular week. You might see some extra money coming in. Now for some of you, it's actually your birth week, you know, because Leos start July 23rd to August 22nd. So some of it may be tied just to money coming in for you because it's your birthday. But I'm also seeing something different, which is money work related. So you may get an additional job, or you may get a raise, or you may get some new information for you in terms of that's going to raise your worth and money coming into you. So that's a good thing. As far as your health goes, Leo, you know, because you've been through something emotionally taxing, and I'm feeling this in my throat here, you may have a cough, you may have some sort of sinus thing going on, or feeling a little bit run down from what you've gone through. It feels very temporary to me, but you want to always, you know, take good care of yourself and take a time out, a day or two, you know, with your emotions. Give yourself permission to slow down a little bit just for a couple of days, and then let that momentum climb again. And I think you're going to find a really positive shift happening for you. Like I said, especially the middle of the month, I see for you guys, Leo, just this expansive energy. And when I talk about expansive, I mean like meeting new people, going about the world a bit differently. You may even change up your wardrobe. You may change your hair. You're going to find yourself wanting to change a lot of things about yourself. And a lot of that is about reinventing who you are, reinventing what you want to do. It's really good stuff for you. And my suggestion would be to trust your instincts. Don't rely so much externally on other people or their ideas or suggestions, because this invention is coming internally from you. You're really shifting things from the inside out, you know, because you're creating a new relationship with yourself. So this is why it should come from you. So really be authentic with what you want and how it feels for you. And I think you're going to do just fine. So have an amazing month, Leo. It's an exciting time for you. You're just coming out with these clouds over your head. You're going to break free from them early this first week of July. By mid-July, you're going to have this whole new opening for you, and you're going to just set the course on autopilot, and you're going to see by mid-August this whole trajectory and opening for you in your career, and new relationships are going to also open up in mid and late July. So you're going to have a whole new group of people to be able to interact with and have fun with, and it doesn't mean that you're letting go of the past. It just means that you're being more selective, and you have a greater understanding and wisdom about the relationships, the romantic relationships that you've had from the past, as well as business relationships. You have a better understanding of that, so you don't have to take it so personally anymore, and you don't have to you know, be down on yourself for whatever reason that you might be about it. And you're just going to have a greater sensitivity to what your needs are and how to get them. So that's always a good thing, Leo. Have an amazing month, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Hi, so if you're a Virgo born August 23rd 3rd through September 22nd. What can you expect for the month of July 2014? Let's tune in and find out. Wow, so Virgos, I really see that you're working on something and you're focusing on something that you've been implementing and putting together. And it's really interesting. It's kind of like you're surprising yourself at how high it can go. Like, wow, this is so much more fun, and look how much I'm building it and how much it's going to grow and how tall it is. The other thing is you also want to be aware that I feel like your focus has been very narrow, and it's time to kind of expand your focus. I feel like you need to expand your focus to a few more things. You've been doing one thing very, very well, and now it's time to expand into other areas of your life and to look into other areas of your life. Now, for some of you, relationships have been kind of off limits, like you don't want to go there, you don't want to do it, or you didn't have time, you've been burned out, or it's been the opposite, where it's been so hot and heavy that it's been all you've been thinking and consuming, and it's just been taking over your life. And now it feels like there's been this big crack or jolt that's just happened around July 1st. And July 1st we had Mercury went direct. And when Mercury goes direct, it kind of wakes you up from the illusion. You know, it shakes you awake and you go, wow, you know, the illusion of what you thought the relationship was has been shattered. And now you're left to create a real understanding about what your relationships are, the people that are closest to you in your life. So this month really feels a lot about relationships for you, wanting to see who do I want to play with, who are my partners, who are the people I want to do business with, and giving you an opportunity to pick and choose. I think, Virgos, that it's about time that you're able to have some more control of your relationships, that you're no longer feeling battered around by the wind. I feel like maybe the last 6 months you've gone through a lot of stuff where it wasn't your choice, where other people, and this is anything from, you know, again, from losing a loved one who's passed away to, you know, relationships that have broken apart due to, you know, somebody cheating on you, that sort of thing. It wasn't really, you know, it was sort of, you were more of a bystander, but you got caught in it. So it's like that sort of energy. I finally feel now where it's quiet and you can choose, but it feels also like there's no wind. And what I mean by that is, you know, sometimes when we go through a lot of difficulty, especially in relationships, there's a quiet time, where we need to kind of go in and really get to know ourselves and really determine, what do I want? What do I want to do? Who do I want to be with? So I would say that this month for you, for the month of July for Virgos, is really more introspective. It's about going in and really seeing, what do I want? What's going to make me happy? Who do I want to play with? What are the type of people that you know, turn me on or make me happy, or give me, you know, great desire and urgency in business so that I can excel? You want to look at setting some goals as well. It feels like this month is a great opportunity for you to be able to dream big and to really set your sights high about where you want to go. Just make sure, though, that that they're your dreams and they're not somebody else's dreams. So Virgo, depending on where you are, we learn this kind of, I guess, with age, that the younger we are, for most of us, the younger we are, the more we tend to, and this is also a generational thing, so the older women are maybe now just maybe coming into their power, where the younger, you know, Generation X, they don't seem to have any problem at all saying or doing what they want. So I'm speaking more to the older generation now. Maybe you're just now coming into your power of deciding who you want to run with, who you want to play with. So make sure that it's coming from your heart and really what you want to do. And you're going to have all the opportunity this month and the courage to be able to step into those new relationships and to have fun and to pick up the phone and call people that you wanted to do things with but you were afraid to ask, or send them an email, things like that. Or just notice, if you put it out there, just notice to the universe, hey, I'd like to run into so-and-so again, and I really want to start to hang out with them. And put it out there and let it go, and just notice if you run into them. Things like that are not random. They really are spirit-driven from our desire of what we want to create. So the bottom line is, Virgo, this is a great month for you to create the relationships that you want to have in your life, and make sure that they're authentic. And I would also keep in mind that I'm not so much seeing, if you're single, I'm not so much seeing that it's a time to like connect with somebody, as it more is to get to know yourself, and then that's going to draw in the right individuals for you to date, and the right individuals for you then eventually to narrow it down and to end up with one person. So it feels more like going within and then just playing is the right way to do this. Now, as far as Virgos with marriage, if they've already been in a relationship, it feels like there's been some back and forth. Like you're into him and then he's not into you, and then he's into you and you're not into him. So there's been this kind of like off balance. You're going to see that level out this month, and that kind of is going to be done. And I feel like you'll either break up or you'll stay together. But I feel this back and forth thing, the shift is going to be done, and it'll be one way or the other. So I feel like by the end of the month, it's either going to be done with or you're going to be together. So if you've been in that sort of turmoil, just know that you're about at the end of that cycle as well. As far as romance, it does feel like around July 21st, good time for romance. That weekend feels really nice, really secure, and really positive. There is a full moon on July 12th, and it's a full moon in Capricorn. It tends to be a heavier energy. Some of you may notice a little more prickly, a little more irritation from people in general. Just notice that that's part of the energy that's going on. Don't give it any energy. Don't think too much about it. But just for you to kind of be aware, okay, it's the full moon, and this month it may be, make you a little more tense or a little more irritated. So maybe create a lighter schedule that day so you can do more fun things. So you just kind of like float over the top of it. You don't have to really deal with it, would be my suggestion. Let's talk about your health, Virgo. I feel like a lot of you are just moving, in a really good place with your health now. I feel like some of you have picked up new eating routines or new health regimes. So I really feel like there's this slenderizing happening and building muscle and feeling good about yourselves and, redoing, taking care of yourself, all really good stuff. So I feel like this is a good opportunity now for you to continue on that cycle of taking care of yourself and feeling happy and joyful. Let's see if there's anything financially for you, Virgo. It does feel like you've just got a nice injection of some wealth in. If you haven't, it feels like there's been some additional support. I know that a lot of you have been putting out for a while, putting out, fires and financial challenges and unexpected losses. And I do feel like a rebirthing or money coming back, or replenishing is the word, a replenishing of what you've lost. And that feels like that's going to happen this month, especially towards around the 20th, 21st. Of the month. You might have unexpected money coming in, or a loan being paid back, or an estate closing, things like that, where you get more money or some more settlements coming into you towards the end of the month. So I think financially, I think you're fine. I would just not overspend at this time. I would just have an awareness of where you are financially, and if you could, I wouldn't overspend it this month. And then that feels like it just keeps you on the even keel in a good spot. So Virgos, have an amazing month of July. It feels like you've got lots of relationship opportunity to move through and to discover and to generate for yourself, which is really good. You're going to get some new circles of friends coming in. All that's positive. And there's, just remember that you're the one who lights up the room. So you can remind yourself that, that you've got this amazing light inside of you, and you don't need anybody else to validate you. That's what you're going to get for yourself this month. Self-validation, and you're going to start to spread yourself, not just do one thing well, but you're going to start to look at some other areas of your life that need your energy, and this month is going to support you in making that expansive quality for yourself. So have a great month, Virgo. It's going to be nice and warm and titillating and exciting for you. So it's really just about generating what you want, and you're going to see the support there for you. Have an amazing month, Virgo, and see you again next month. Hi, so if you're a Libra, born September 23rd to October 22nd, what can you expect for the month of July 2014? Let's tune in and find out. Wow, Libra, as soon as I go into your energy, it's very nice. It's like a fresh scent, is what I say, like fresh linen, and just being swooped up, picked up, and immediately set up on this next higher dimension, or this higher opportunity for you. So I really feel like there's going to be some big breakthroughs or acknowledgement in your career and momentum shifts for you. It's just like all of a sudden it's fresh and new. There's this arrival feeling of having arrived and being fresh and new and appreciated. So there's going to be more appreciation for you this month, Libra, in what you do and who you are. Around the 6th of July, there's going to be, they're showing me like this big rock or this boulder that you're going to have to deal with. And you're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to slice and dice it. And so you can make it, you know, move it, make it mobile. So there's some problem that you have to deal with that's right on your path that is a little bit of a pain that you really don't want to have to deal with. But, you know, it's just one of those things you're just going to have to contend with and get in there and work with it, and you'll figure it out. It feels, it does feel like you can take that rock and turn it to sand and just obliterate it. It may take you a couple days to do it, but it's okay. And it's really just asking for help too. You don't have to use your own help. You can ask for help. And also when I talk about that, I can feel your personal power shutting down. So it's something that does have to do with represents yourself. So it could be something in the area of media, writing, publishing. It's about the self, but it's about you out in the world. So it's something that you're gonna have to tweak. So it could be anything from a website to books or articles or a play that you've written, something that is near and dear to your heart, but it's a representation of you out in the world. If, you know, could be that you're getting married and, you know, so you're representing you out in the world, and there's some problems or challenges with, you know, last minute wedding changes and things like that. God forbid, I don't want to wish that on any bride, but it's something of that nature. The good news is that you see it. You see it in plenty of time. You see it in lots of opportunity to be able to make the change. So I don't feel like you really have to sweat it. It's more like, oh, thank God I know that, or wow, thank God I found that out. It's kind of more like that. So it's around the 6th, 7th, and 8th that you're going to be dealing with a little bit of an issue that might cause some strife if you allow it. Now, I think that you can just, you know, being the good-natured Libra that you are, just let it roll off your shoulders, get to work, and you'll be able to manage it just fine. So there is something new that comes in around the 17th, an acknowledgement, somebody, you know, finding favor with you. And this person that's finding favor with you has money, and they also want to give you the money. In other words, they want to hire you, they want to use you in a positive way, they want to, you know, maybe potentially partner with you. So there's something new. You don't know this person. This is somebody new coming into your life around, like I said, around the 17th to the 21st, around that time frame. It's not romance, it is business. And so don't mistake it for romance, because it's not romance, it is business. And it just might be a bonus that they're good looking. I'm not sure why that's coming up, or if it's just those single Libras out there that are hoping, what if I can kill two birds with one stone and have it be somebody that I work for and just good looking and is into me. Nah, that's not it. So, but it is good. But there is some really positive business stuff flowing for you. And there's also, you know, Jupiter, the planet of good luck, is still in your career sign, I think, until the end of the month. So that's all really positive. And you're going to start to see more money. I just see money, 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 cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching coming in those last 2 weeks of July. So there's more money coming in for you in the month of July, and more positive energy. So it could be that you're getting hired out. It could be that you, even something small, it could be that you sell some things that you wanted to sell, whether it's a house or, you know, a boat or a bicycle even. So, you know, something that you wanted to sell feels like that could be sold too and bring you extra money in. So no matter what your level of income is, I do feel like you get more money in this month. But some of it's long-term. Some of it could be long-term money, meaning that it's another job offer or a positive thing for your career. So good stuff for your career. So I just feel like you're going to have more money. You'll have more of it, and you'll be able to get some of the things that you want to get, or spend some of the things that you wanted to buy, that you wanted to buy a need for a house or for yourself, sort of thing. Okay, let's move on to health. So you can have the tendency to get run down, Libra, where you just do too much and you don't know how to say no, and then not taking time for yourself. So I think, you know, I can see your energy just like, you know, just like getting tired. So you want to just kind of pace yourself this month so you don't really get zapped at the end of the month. And if that second thing that comes in is a job opportunity that maybe has you fly someplace and then you're working really hard for 4, 5, 6 days, you want to pace yourself. You want to know what's good for you. Don't eat junk food. Eat good food. Eat, whole foods. Drink water. Do the exercise. Even just 20 minutes is perfect. All those little things like that that keep your body healthy is really important. Otherwise, I could see you just kind of like sinking into this really tired energy, which is not a positive place for you. Now, as far as your romantic relationships, I feel like in the beginning of the month it feels very happy. There is some frenetic energy around it, meaning, where you could get zapped, or you could be the one that's doing the zapping too, around the 20th. But I'm feeling like this little bit of a heaviness around the eyes with personal relationships just around that third week. And maybe it's because you're traveling, or maybe it's because it's just more hectic. But definitely feels like it's a little more intense. But the rest of the month feels like really calm. It feels like it's a nice positive thing. Now, if you're in new relationship, you're looking for romance. Around July 10th, it feels like there could be some new interest in you. Also, I'm feeling your energy feeling quieter. In other words, if you're single and you're looking for a guy, I feel like your shoulders are back. I feel like your heart's open. I feel like you feel compatible. I don't feel any compelling to push forward, to have to find a guy or to make it happen, which is really good. It's really just about allowing it to happen. And the way we do that is by turning on our light, our inner light. And we do that by doing what we love, the things that we love to do. Because when we're living and laughing and being joyful, that's an energy, and it attracts the right kind of energy to us. So, and you don't do it in an effort to get attention. You do it just because it feels good for you. So that's the difference. It's like, oh, I'm not going to laugh because that's going to attract the guy. No, you're laughing because you want to laugh because it feels good, right? See, there's a subtle difference there, and that's the difference of how you attract a guy or not. Otherwise, it's just neediness and it repels them. It works the opposite. They go, oh, isn't that girl annoying? I can't stand her. Get her out of here. She just wants attention. So I'm not talking about that kind of energy. That's why when it really is authentic and comes from within, then you can really attract somebody. And I really see that around that 10th, 11th, 12th, opening up to new opportunities for relationships, for romance and fun and positive relationships. And that's not the only time throughout the month, but it's just really seeing a big opportunity right then and there. Let's see if there's anything else for you, Libra. It's touched on your health, your relationships, money. Money's coming in, and career we talked about. So see if there's anything unexpected that you need to know. There may be, okay. So the good news is it's a really good month for you guys. Really positive things, like really uplifting in so many ways. Your health, your career, your finances. Finally, your career and your finances are finally going to get a really big boost, much needed boost this month. The only downside is that there may be some challenges with some family members, some people that you worry about, people that you worry about in your life. And so there may be a little family drama that you have to deal with, but you got to take the good with the bad. So what there is to do is just have faith and just pray for them to have the right thoughts and the right actions, and step behind them, and, do what you can to support them without taking away from you. So I know you'll figure that out because you're a Libra and you're really good at balancing life. So have an amazing month, everybody, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Hi, so if you're a Scorpio, born October 23rd to November 21st, what can you expect for the month of July 2014? Let's tune in and find out. Well, Scorpio, right away, I feel like you need some patience. Like I want to, I just want to grit my teeth and so I feel like there's some irritating things to you, things where people just aren't following or playing by the rules. They're not doing what you want them to do in a timely manner. So I just see your frustration around things taking too long, or people just don't have it together and are just screwing things up and not following orders. So I just feel like it's this big old, frustration for you where you're not getting your way and things aren't happening in a timely manner for you. And it could be that it's work related for you, or it could be it's personal, but I just see that overall frustration for you. It is for sure temporary, and definitely something that is there to get you to look at your own reaction and get you to slow down and get you to relax and chill a little bit more. I don't feel like there's anything you can do or should do or need to do, which means that's why it's so aggravating for you, is because you don't have control for a change. And that's what's really frustrating about this particular situation. So the sooner you just let go and just go, okay, they're going to do what they're going to do, or get done what it's supposed to, and just surrender, I think that you're going to find that it actually speeds things up then once you let go and once you surrender. Now, as far as personal relationships go, let's see. Well, a lot of you guys are tired. So it could be that you've just come off, working really hard, or just the idea of relationships is tiring for you. But I feel really tired in your energy when we talk about relationships. And I think you're going to see some new energy come in around the 3rd and around the 4th, new positive energy for relationships. Some of you may even find yourself getting married or engaged this month, somewhere, around the 15th. I'm seeing some engagements happen, or marriages happen for you. So positive things in the way of romance, for sure. The end of the month also gives a nice opportunity for travel around the 21st. There's also, for some of you who are already married, great blossoming around that same month, around the 21st. Good opportunity for you to connect and to really segue into something more private and quiet. And some of you will be making the transition from friendship to boyfriend-girlfriend. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you who've had friends in your life somehow find that friendship moving into something more romantic-wise. And it's good. It'll be a long-term relationship, and it can be something that I know it's a little odd for you to be falling in love with a friend, but it feels very upbeat and meant to be, and really long and happy life. So I see positive things coming from that. So don't fret about it. And I also see your common friends, first a little like, huh? But all on board with it, So don't worry about that. If you have common friends and you find the two of you are now hooking up and you're afraid about ruining your friendship or making it weird for everybody else, they'll get on board. When they see really kind of the perfectness of the relationship, this is coming towards the end of the month. And some of you might be going, who is it? Who is it? Just remember that these are general read, and it may not be anybody for you, but it could be too. So you want to just be open to the possibility, okay? Don't try and force issues. If you try and force issues, it will always blow up in your face. So it's really about having awareness. So the bottom line is this: if it happens to you, you know it's okay, okay? If it's not happening for you, then this message isn't for you, and not to worry about it. It's not like your friend dissed you or anything like that. It's just that it was for another Scorpio, okay? Because there's a lot of you guys out there. Now, so let's look at romance. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about money for Scorpios. I feel like you've been burning a hole in your money, like you've been spending so much money, like burning a hole in it. And it could be that you've just had more expenses in the last couple of months, or that you're refurbishing something, but you've been going through a lot of money. Now, I do feel like the good news is that does feel like it's going to stop towards the end of the month. It feels like it's going to slow down. And some of you may have to let go of some things. Some of you may be filing bankruptcy. Some of you may be selling at a loss. And that's okay. It's like purging, getting rid of it. Now that Mercury has gone direct as of this past July 1st, you can see some things that you couldn't see before. So it might be time to do and take some investment strategy that is going to release a lot of debt from you, and that feels fine. If that's what your advisors are telling you, then I would suggest that this would be an optimal time to do it. It feels fine to do that. On a positive note, there is a buoyancy that comes with that, and some of you don't have to have losses. It could be just that you had added expenses, but I really feel like it all gets turned around by the end of the month. So it's just kind of like this loop that you're in, and everything that turning topsy-turvy, and then by the end of the month it gets settled with your finances. But it's good. And that could also be brought on by any selling of a house, a divorce, estate, lawsuit, any sorts of things like that kind of create this chaos, but it'll be settled, it feels, done by the end of the month. Now, the other thing that's coming up is like plastic surgery for some of you. And I feel like doesn't feel like a problem. It feels like it's fine. It feels like if you were contemplating something like that, it feels fine. You know, the planet we always worry about is Venus, and Venus is in forward motion, so that's all positive stuff. That would be the one that you'd never really want to do plastic surgery or something important like that when Venus is retrograde. But she's not. She's moving forward, and so that's all fine. So I'm not picking up any problems with that. I would say that less is more, you know, and so whoever you're working with, of course, make sure it's reputable, but less is more is what I'm being told to pass on to you. And yeah, so the ideas look refreshed and not made over. So just the information that's coming through. Anything else for... Okay, so Scorpio, I think you're on your way for a great month. There's some really things that are upside down. They're going to get righted this month for you, and it's going to take some frustration. It may cause some frustration. It's going to take some energy and focus. But the good news is that you'll be able to get this done and handled. And remember, like, we all have turmoil from time to time, and it's that pain or that turmoil that creates who we are. It gives us that edge. It gives us, it keeps us sharp. So, you know, these are good things. When these things happen, you want to embrace them and go, okay, good. You know, it's an opportunity for me to show my value, to show my worth, and to handle this. And just get in there and be able to manage it. And let your frustrations go. You know, just really let them go. Sometimes there's things that you cannot do, that you have no control of, and all you got to do is laugh. So I had plenty of those moments in the last couple of weeks with moving. So have a great month, Scorpio. I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Hi, if you're a Sagittarius born November 22nd through December 21st, what can you expect for the month of July 2014? Let's tune in and find out. So Sagittarius, you may be asked to keep the peace. You may be the peacemaker between siblings. You may be the peacemaker between children. But this is a month where you're going to have to keep the peace. It may even be between co-workers. Now, and it's really funny because truth be told, it feels like you're the one who's been stabbed in the back, but you're the one who's keeping the peace. So it's interesting that this role that you're being asked to play. The good news is that's just one aspect of this month. There's so many other more positive aspects for you. I feel like there's this tranquility around you in terms of you may have an amazing vacation booked this month. You may have just moved into the most idyllic location. There's all this positive flowing energy around you. And then you've kind of got this bickering going on over here where you're like, just shh, work it out. So, but I see you doing more than just shushing them. I see you getting in there and helping them manage and work it out. So there will be a situation this month where you're being asked, and it may be an ongoing situation. It may not be just like a one conversation. And well, I can feel all the digestive issues coming up over this because it really does wreak a little havoc on your digestion, making you feel a little bit like thrust into a place where I don't know if I like this. The other thing, Sag, about you is I see you like looking at your watch and going, it's time. Like I feel this desire to make a commitment. And so whatever it is you've been putting off, and maybe you're ready to have a child, maybe you're committed now to have a child, or maybe you're committed to get married, or you're committed to move, or you're committed to start that job, or you're committed to, you know, lose weight, or to start lifting weights, you know, whatever it is, I feel this urge or this desire to get committed. So right now is a great time for you guys to really dig your heels in and to really like go and sign contracts or do whatever you need to do for a commitment. So make that commitment. If it's buying a car, do it. If it's taking a new job, do it. If it's hiring somebody, do it. Feels like right now you've got the energy of the universe to support you and do it. Of course, this means that you have, like, you know, crossed all the T's and dotted the I's, done your homework, right? I'm just, you know, I'm assuming that you're doing all that. And so this is a great month then to move forward with that. Now, as far as money goes, for Sagittarius, I feel like there's a pile of money there. It may not be yours and you may not be allowed to touch it, but I feel like there may be a funneling of that money that comes to you around the 18th, 19th, 20th. Now, it could be something that you have a house and it's paid for, but you can't get to the money yet, or you just sold the house and you're waiting for the money to come in at the end of the month. Situation like that. It could be an estate situation. It could be that it's a trust fund and you're about to reach the age when you can get some of it. So it feels like there's this money that's set aside. There's some parameters that you can't get to it right now, but it is going to break up. It's going to come loose around the 22nd, 25th, around that time. I do see that money being funneled to you for your use. And it does feel like it's a positive thing. As far as health goes for Sagittarius, well, like I said, some of you are going to be compelled to start a new health regime, to start doing something that's better for you, that allows you to be more flexible with your time, your effort, and your energy. So I think overall, hang on just a second, there's something else here with the health. So you want to be proactive this month with your health in terms of if there's something that you feel is off or wrong, or you have an idea, and say, let's say you're under a doctor's care right now, and God forbid you have cancer or something. Or you've been diagnosed with some disease and you've been wondering about something and it keeps coming back and keeps coming back in terms of this idea. This is an opportunity for you to make sure that you push that idea forward, that you get it to be seen and heard. You know, sometimes the best ideas come from ourselves as opposed to our doctors. So it's okay to speak up and say, I really want to try this, or I really want to go on that medicine, or why can't I, or get all the information, the dialogue happening. And I feel like this month is, you're going to have some opportunity to become proactive with your health, and you're going to see some good results from that, from your injecting your ideas and vision for yourself about your health. And for those of you in good health, it feels like what may happen or go around this month will be more frenetic energy in terms of people's emotions, or energetically people being a little off kilter around you, people being a little more weepy. A lot of that just has to do with, we're under the influence this month of the sign of Cancer. And Cancer is more emotional, there's more fear-based. So you just may notice that people around you are a little more wishy-washy or anxious or afraid, weepy, that sort of thing. And just know that it's a sign of the times, and, you know, just go with the flow. And I think if you do that, you won't get caught up in it, and you won't run away from it. So Sagittarius, have an amazing month. I think you've got lots of opportunity for you to really get things done that you want to have happen. And I really feel like this commitment thing is huge for you. I feel like whatever you've been waiting for, all the answers are there, you know, committed to having a baby, committed to getting married, committed to whatever that is. It's like the domino effect. Everything can fall into place and you can get it right away. So have an amazing month, and I look forward to talking to you again next month. Hi, if you're a Capricorn born December 22nd to January 19th, what can you expect for the month of July 2014? Let's tune in and find out. Wow, Capricorns, I really feel like there was some blowout, is what I want to say, a couple of weeks ago. And this kind of blowout is almost like a bomb going off and just thrust you forward, just pushed you forward, which at the time might have been really, you know, alarming and frustrating and shocking. But the good news is it pushed you forward. And whether that was a relationship or a business decision or a move or something like that, you've really opened the door for something new and positive for yourself. So there's this huge catalyst that was probably, for most of you, experienced as a negative thing. And for a lot of you, I think that it can turn into a positive thing. So right away, I see you, Capricorn, like being thrust forward and forward momentum. Sometimes that's uncomfortable when things change really, really fast. But the good news is that you're landing on your feet, and that it feels like part of this is, yeah, a self-fulfilling prophecy. So how are you going to handle this? Are you going to be upset? Are you going to hang on to the past? Are you going to fret over it? You know, if you are, then, you know, then it's going to take longer to recover. It's going to be more frustrating, and it's going to be more draining. And whether this was a relationship again, or whether this was a business decision, whatever it was, you need to kind of like let go and just, you know, appreciate it for what it was. A purging, a letting go, a clearing, a wake-up call, however you want to see it. You know, as you let it go, you're going to find that, you know, first of all, Mercury went direct July 1st. And so that direct energy now allows us to communicate better. It changes our perception. Kind of the veil is lifted. We can really see who people are in our life. For some of you, you're really, you know, in shock that, you know, you were dating somebody that turned out to be shallow or worse. There's, so there's this awareness of where people are in your life, especially in relationships, and for some of you, that's romance. Now, the good news is there's some real momentum. I feel like you're at the tip of on top, and you're about to go downhill. Downhill, not in a bad way, but you've climbed the mountain, and now it's like, whew, you can get down really fast and just glide on down and have fun. It's, all the effort it takes to get to the top of a mountain, and now it's like, wow, you've got this whole vista that you can just see and take in and appreciate, and now you're just, going downhill and enjoying and moving and shifting left and right. So it's up to you, Capricorn. Do you want to really soar down that mountain and have a good time? Or are you going to sit up there and cry and look to the past and see what you've lost, or what's been burnt, or what you can't have anymore, what didn't develop the way you thought it was going to develop? And instead, let go of that and look forward, because you're heading to a whole new future. This month has got so many positive dynamics happening for you. I really feel like they're in the area of romance. I feel like you could be meeting somebody new. I feel like there's a good opportunity just to date and to have some fun. Again, but you've got to lift your mood. The thing about Cancer is a very sensitive month. And with that new moon, we had a new moon in Cancer just at the end of June. So that June, whatever it was, 30th, that new moon that came in Cancer influences the entire month. And Cancer causes us to be a little more sensitive, a little more weepy, a little more insecure, more afraid. So that's the energy that every sign is feeling right now. So you want to go, wow, okay, it's amplifying all my insecurities enough already, and I'm moving on with it. I'm going to go have some fun. So you want to stay away from feelings of depression or loneliness or heartache, and you want to get out there into the sunshine, breathe some fresh air, walk in the grass, go call up friends. If you don't have friends, make friends. Make eye contact, smile. You'll figure it out, Capricorn. You guys are the earth. You're the big rocks that the rest of us rely on. And so when you crumble, people don't know how to help you. They're like, she crumbled. I can't believe she crumbled. Like, nobody expects you to crumble. So when you're crumbling and nobody's running in to rescue, doesn't mean they don't love you. It means they don't know what to do, because they're used to you always doing it. They're used to you always keeping it together. So Capricorn, it's okay to reach out. It's okay to say, I don't know what to do. I'm brokenhearted, or I'm lost, or I'm afraid. Reach out to somebody who's close to you and ask for their help. And if they don't help you, you know what? Just maybe then it's either the timing's not right, or maybe you're supposed to get something on your own, and which is always a great lesson, because then you are self-fulfilling. You're understanding it. But for some of you Capricorns, you need to go ask for help, because you never ask for help. So you'll know which category you're in. But just trust that process, and this month can be really uplifting and great. I see lots of potential with work, new clients, new prosperity, new abundance. And it feels like it started already at the beginning of the month, like little baby steps. And I just see it expanding out like this. So it can really go big. It can really open up to something really good and powerful. It's just going to require you to have some patience. It's going to require you to kind of like not lead, let somebody else show you what they want. And then when you're there in those moments, then go, what if we did it like this? Or what if we did it like that? I feel like if you try to take charge up front, or try to manhandle up front, or try to like act like you know what to do, and yet you're new to a company, they're going to look at you and go, you don't know anything about us. That's not what we're thinking. That's not the direction we want to go. And then the relationship could be over. So if you want this job, you want the sustaining relationship, you need to take a back seat and just be inquisitive, inquire, just be the yes man, yes woman for a few weeks, not even a few months, 6 to 8 weeks. And then they're going to see your value. And then now you've earned their respect, and they're going to go, excuse me, they're going to go, wow, can you do this for us? So I didn't know that about you, and I didn't know this about you. And you can say, I didn't know that about you either. And all of a sudden, this new momentum can happen. So I really feel like things can take off even more in August or September that could land you a permanent job and a piece of a business. So you could be invited into another company that's up and running that starts out as a salesperson role, or a contractor situation, or a consultant situation that could work into actually ownership of a company in the next 3 months. So keep your eyes peeled, Capricorn, for that opportunity. Your job is to go in humble and just do the work. Work hard, be their go-to person, make yourself, where they can't expend it, they can't afford to lose you, right? And so through that process, you'll get to know them, they'll get to know you, and then this can be a long-term deal. So exciting stuff for you guys, Capricorn. Now, as far as money goes, that's all tied with your money. That's all good. I see you've been spending a lot of money. But the good news is you've been getting a lot of money in too. So, so there's just this even exchange that is happening. I know you'd like to have more. Who wouldn't like to have more? So I see that it's, it's like, wow, I'd like to get more reserves, and that's going to happen. You're going to see that really by the end of the year. Yeah, I feel like a lot of that conversation is going to be gone. You're going to really have moved yourself into a position that is positive and that's really self-sustaining and financially secure. Now, let's look at some health. Some of you, I feel, may have some body aches, specific body aches. My heart hurts a little bit. I've got some pain in my right hip. Some of you may have recently had an eye surgery. I'm getting these different body sensations in my body. I have something going on in my left arm here. So here's the thing. And then, of course, the neck and shoulders is always a big one, right? But whatever it is you guys, because you're so heavy, you're so grounded in the physical world. And when I speak of heavy, I mean vibration, right? That you're a heavy vibration, which is a solid vibration. And a lot of the other signs, water signs and air signs, we rely on you guys. I mean, you're our rocks. My husband's a Capricorn, so, I'm always like wanting to get his opinion and need him in my business and need him to support me because he keeps me weighed down, so to speak. He keeps my feet on the ground. And so you're going to find that, that your energy, sometimes you're so used to being that for everybody else, you need to be it for you. So if you need to go a little easier this month, or you need to get yourself to a doctor, or you need to go ahead and take time for yourself, do it. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the time. Do it because you need to do it. Because what they say, if your cup is empty, how are you going to fill anybody else's cup? So Capricorns, I know you're the worker bees in the world, and you're ones who get things done, and you don't feel like you ever have the time to take off, because if I don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. But maybe let people surprise you. Let somebody surprise you. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But here's the thing. The bottom line is that you need to take time for yourself and take care of your health, and whatever that means for you. So you can actually make the time this month. The universe wants to help you with that. So you just have to be willing to go, I need it, I want it, and so I'm scheduling it in. And if you do that, you're going to see that everything else will fall into place. So as far as any other relationships this month, I think that what there really is to do is to really create the relationship with yourself, which is taking care of your needs first. Some of you, as I said, were licking your wounds, and I think you'll get uplifted at the middle of the month and really be cherished and nurtured. So allow yourself to do that. Just have an amazing month, you guys. Take care of yourself and enjoy. Hi, everyone. If you're an Aquarius born January 20th to February 18th, what can you expect for the month of July 2014? Let's tune in and find out. Well, Aquarius, I feel like you're starting this month with, a tank that's not completely full. I feel like you're almost out of gas. So you've been through a lot. You feel wrung out to me. You feel tired to me. You feel like you're running on half empty. So part of what you're going to need to do for yourself is take some time out, take some breathers, and really reorganize your life in a way that allows other people to step in. I feel like a lot of the burden has been on your back, and it's a time for an adjustment. I feel like you've got to take some of those burdens and pass them around. Now, some of this, of course, we can't help it. If we've got employees and they've quit, or we've had to let people go, or all of a sudden if there's an ill family member, those things all weigh on us, and we want to be there. We don't want to hand it off to somebody else, yet we have all these other responsibilities. So you just want to be aware, Aquarius, that you can't do it all. And you can for a short period of time, I suppose, like any of us. But what happens then is that you really start to get more depleted. And because you're already halfway out of gas, my concern is that you'll just end up on the sideline somewhere because you become totally depleted, and we don't want that. So I want you to be able to take time for yourself and to really look and see what's important to you, and then enlist the help of others. If you have family members or you have other friends that can help you or children that can take care of themselves, then you want to start to enlist their help so that you absolutely can take time for yourself. Now, as far as the rest of your health goes, and it may be that you've been even skipping out on some of your health routines that you normally do to keep you happy, just because you've been so busy and so concerned about other situations or been caught up in the movement of what's happening around you. So just know that you'll be able to make adjustments with that, with your focus. So it only happens if you make it happen, Aquarius. So you've got to say, nope, changing things around, doing this so I have more time, so that I feel better, so I have more energy. And I'm going to have, my brother check on my mother. I'm going to have my sister check on my son. I'm going to have my kids take care of one another. Whatever. I'm going to have my husband step in and do this. Whatever it is, it's you delegating more and taking more time off. And I think that will be a good opportunity for you. There's also this thing about traveling and safety and feeling secure, and I feel like all that's fine this month. I feel like things are in the go. You're in the driver's seat. July 1st, Mercury went direct, and that means that the communication now is going to get unraveled, and we're going to start to now hear a little better. We're going to start to see things that we couldn't see the last couple of weeks. Some of you have made up with people. Some of you have had blow-ups with people. So you're going to start to let everything settle down. The dust will settle, and you can see where you stand, and then you can make adjustments accordingly. I don't feel any need to rush out and make any big changes right now with situations that I may have been involved in. But I think once around the 10th of July, you're going to feel this propelling forward and a desire to handle some things that maybe were misunderstood in the previous month or needs to get handled. Now, as far as money goes for Aquarians, I feel like around the 5th, you may be having to pay out something that it feels like a one-time charge. It doesn't feel like it's a big deal, but it feels like something that you need to pay. There may be some estate money coming in for you towards the end of the month, and I don't mean that somebody is passing away. It may be more of a financial planning decision where there's money coming to you because through a financial planning conversation. So let's say your parents are just deciding to make some adjustments to their will or whatever, and are for tax purposes. Anyway, there's some more money coming to you. There's also some opportunity of gifts given to you. Anything from like theater tickets to basketball games to crazy things that you could even win. I'm feeling like this lucky streak, even like winning a car, like winnings coming in. So there's this winning opportunity, Aquarius, and it could even be that you win a challenge or you win a bet or you win, you win a job, but a lottery, it's all these winnings. So I see winning coming in around the 24th, 25th of July. So that's all a good thing. As far as your romantic relationships go, I don't know if I'm yawning because I've been doing these star signs a while, or if your relationship is bored, if you're bored with your relationship. I don't really think that's the case. I think that some of you may have been married for a long time. It's just kind of there. It's just kind of nice, and that's fine. And remember how I said that in the beginning when I went into your energy, that you guys, your energy is half full, like your tank is half full compared to the other signs I've already read today. Your energy just feels more depleted than other people. So as far as relationship goes, I feel like you're in a good relationship. If you're in a marriage situation, I feel like you need to ask for help, ask for support. If you're in a situation that the reason you are depleted is because you're not in a good situation, then look outside of that relationship and get some help and get some support, and either have somebody else talk to that person on your behalf, or you find another way to deal with it so that you're not being depleted anymore. As far as new romantic relationships go, it just feels like the month is nice. It just feels like nice, easy, nice opportunity. not feeling anything in particular negative or really positive. It just feels like it's a really nice, enjoyable month, like fun and ease and carefree, which is good. It feels, yeah, actually more restorative. So the relationships that come in your life may be more restorative. Maybe that you go get a massage and you end up, going to lunch with the masseur. I mean, maybe that kind of thing, But it seems very easy. It feels like you don't have to go out of your way to find romance. It feels like it just happens naturally and it just gravitates to you. So you guys are going to have a lot of fun this month. Have a good time, get restored, and I'll speak with you again next month. Hi, if you're a Pisces, born February 19th to March 20th, what can you expect for the month of July 2014? Let's tune in and find out. So Pisces, Pisces really like to have their head in the clouds and really, woo, just enjoy the love and enjoy the day. And I feel like, there's a lot of you that are really happy and you're really in that space and you don't want to come down out of the clouds. You don't want to deal with reality. You don't want to deal with getting a job or finding a new job or dealing with that employee or dealing with, that broker or that, that whatever, that doctor, whatever it is. I feel these frustrations of having to deal with reality and your head's kind of a little bit in the sky. It's fun to escape that way. Meditation is really going to help you this month. It's going to help you focus and keep you prioritizing what's important for you so you keep moving things forward. This month, with it being Cancer, Cancer is also kind of that sign that it can be really airy and out there. So it's going to take you a little more effort or work to stay focused and to get things done this month. And if you want to make notes, write down notes every day, that'll be helpful. That would really keep the momentum going. Now, as far as your health goes, Pisces, feels good to me. It feels like there's this, I feel this buoyancy with you. I feel this exuberance. I feel this joy. So it's all positive. Not really picking up anything negative for you this month about health. If anything, I feel like things are in order and all you have to do is keep following through. And if you haven't started yet, it feels like this is a good time to get informed and to really figure out what's going to make me happy and what should I do. And this would be a good month to start. Again, we're influenced by the sign of Cancer because the new moon this month happened at the end of last June. It happened June 30th. So we're already in the influence, all the signs are, of Cancer. And then July 1st, we had Mercury went direct. So our communication now is loud and clear. It's getting back on track. The illusions have been popped. We're starting to see things that we couldn't see before. And Cancer is the sign where, well, it's a disease, right? Cancer. But at the same time, it's a energy that causes people to feel a little more weepy, a little more emotional, a little more ungrounded, afraid. So just know, Pisces, you guys already are that air sign that are up there, or water sign that are just ungrounded, let's put it that way. So you want to just be able to realize that that energy isn't going to support you in terms of getting things done. You have to work a little harder this month to get focused because you're already going against it. So you want to make sure that you're, that you're focused and you're prepared and you're doing what you need to do. So let's see what else is about that. So money, Pisces. They're showing me like this, I don't know if it's an institution or if you're getting the runaround about, it feels more like the runaround about some sort of money or something that you've had. And I feel like that's going to come unlocked around the 20th. So it could be, say you overpaid for something and you got charged twice for it. It might take you a couple weeks to get it back, that sort of thing. It feels like I'm getting the runaround about something and it's gonna take a little bit to work that out. So just a little bit of frustration initially. Do feel like this month you could have some great ideas, great genius ideas come in that could be used to construct either a new business or to expand your present business. So keep, just notice any thoughts that come into your mind and jot them down or write them down. And you're going to see like a repetitive flow with them. So more ideas connecting to other ideas, or you're going to think of an idea and then you get an understanding or gain an understanding of how to make it happen. It can all, I'm a little dizzy in your energy, like my head's going like this. So some of you may be like, oh, what is she talking about? I've got way too much to do. I'm already like crazed. So all I'm saying is like if a good idea pops into your mind, write it down. You may not even know what it means. And sometimes Pisces, you guys are some of the most psychic people on the planet. It could be that it was an idea not for you, but for somebody else. So just write it down if something pops into your head, and later the universe is going to show you where that idea should go, whether it's something for you or for somebody else. But I do see ideas coming to you this month very easily and informing you in a positive way. Now let's look at your personal romances. Marriage feels solid. It feels like, however, there may be one of you on vacation or 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and it may not be that they're doubting the marriage. It just may be that that's the way the marriage has always been, that they've always had a lot more freedom and could do kind of what they wanted to do. And I do feel like there's going to be some opportunity to create some change in your relationship at the end of the month and really having things be more balanced and whole in your marriage relationships. So look towards the end of the month to see a reclaiming of what's yours and a rebalancing in the marriage department. Now, if you're single and Pisces, I feel like loose and free and happy, and now I don't see it really. It really feels like this is about exploring yourself, exploring your friends, having a good time, not trying to press anyone or make anything happen, but really just allowing the flow of family, fun, and friends into your life. And I think you're going to really be surprised. And I see more substance in September for a relationship coming in than in July. So July feels to me like very family-oriented, fun-oriented, friend-oriented. And September feels to me more like, you know, romantic-oriented. Doesn't mean that you can't go out on dates, doesn't mean you can't have fun. It just feels like I'm not really seeing commitment this month. I'm seeing it more like in September. So Pisces, have an amazing month, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month. So if you're an Aries, born March 21st to April 19th, what can you expect for the month of July 2014? Let's tune in and find out. So Aries, I see you're divided on some things, like just, you know, kind of like making a list of what goes in what pile. So it feels a little bit, on one hand, trying to make up your mind about something, indecisive, not quite sure what you want or which way you want to go. And I see you kind of like, okay, these are the pros with this is the cons with this, like pros and cons kind of thing. You know, I feel like there's going to be a lot more clarity at the end of the month for you. I wouldn't push it. I would just allow yourself to kind of be in the energy and to move forward with it, Aries, and not feel pressured to make a decision. I think it's just going to show itself towards the middle or the end of the month. I'm in my head a lot, Aries. I feel like I've got this, you know, this thing I'm thinking about a lot. How can I make this work? Or what can I do? Or what needs to be done? I feel this pressure inside of my head to make something happen. And then I've got this tickle in my throat. And the tickle is connected to hopes, dreams, aspirations, you know, almost like afraid to put it out there. So there may be something that you want from your significant partner. And it may even be just an idea. Like, wouldn't it be fun if we went here for a while? Or wouldn't it be fun if we did this for a while? And you're afraid of maybe how they're going to respond. Or maybe it's the money or whatever, or the time conversation. But I really feel like there's going to be a nice opening for that conversation around the 10th, 8th, 9th, 10th of July. So you might be able to speak up and really say what it is you want to, you know, say and be heard in the most positive light possible. The romance department feels nice. It feels like some of you have been burdened recently, you know, by difficulties in a relationship, but I feel like they've worked out and you're now on the upswing of relationships. And maybe this is part of the reason why you're afraid to say something, because you're in a good space and you don't want to tip over the cart, so to speak. But it's a good opportunity, I think, to be seen and heard and to say what you want to say. Some of you have been burned, And this is a good month for healing. You know, if you've gone through something painful and difficult, Cancer is a good month for healing. You know, cancer, like the disease, is an opportunity for us to stop, take self-evaluation, get the help that we need, get on top of things, get our life in order, what's most important to us. So for you, Aries, it's in the area of relationships for you, what's important for you, and to heal yourself from the inside out from things that need to be healed and or cured, I think are all positive. And in that process, there's a lot of love available to you, a lot of self-love and a lot of opportunity for others to express their love to you. So there's a good opportunity for you to be able to experience that this month. Now, as far as money goes, Aries, don't see any problem for you with money. I really feel like you're good with money. I feel like more money is coming in, and I feel like you've got what you need. You're going to see some big opportunities, crossroads at the end of July, and decisions that you have to make. Now, here's the thing. I don't think you're going to have to. I think it might be pressure. There may be pressure to make a decision. I think if you just keep asking for signs right now, you'll know what to do when that opportunity comes up around that 24th or 25th, where you have to decide whether you're all in or out of what to do. And I can feel that is part of the throat thing of talking about what you want to get or what you want to do. But just no stressing about it. The universe will show you the right signs. Just start asking now, you know, about whatever the problem is or the situation is, about whether it's something you should invest in or where you should put your time, effort, or money into, and just ask to be shown. You know, the way I would do that is I would say, I only want to manifest my destiny. I only want to manifest things that are going to be profitable and good for my health, mind, body, and spirit. And if that's it, then show me the signs that it is. And if it's not, then take it away. Get it out of my space. I don't want to deal with it. And I would completely surrender, and then I would observe what comes back at me from the universe. And I think if you do that, Aries, you're going to have a good time this month. I'm going to get rid of this tickle in the back of my throat that has to do with you guys speaking up and saying what you want. And also some of you, allergies. I feel like sinuses are draining, allergies. So some of this can be allergy driven for some of you. And I think that you're going to be fine. And you're going to get what you need for that too. That's going to calm down too. So have an amazing month, Aries, and look forward to connecting with you again next month. Hi, if you're a Taurus born April 20th through May 20th, what can you expect for the month of July 2014? Let's tune in and find out. Well, right away, Taurus, I'm feeling like you guys maybe have just taken a vacation. I feel relaxed. I feel like you've just come off a nice, relaxing opportunity. Maybe it was a weekend away, maybe it was a day away, or maybe it was a month away. But it does feel like you've recently had some R&R, which was really good for you. Now, as far as the month of July, we move forward with Mercury going direct on July 1st. And which means now our communication is going to be freed up, our perceptions and our understandings of what's gone on the last 30 days or so, those 3 weeks when Mercury was retrograde. We have a greater understanding now of what's going on. The truth will be revealed, those sorts of things. So you're going to start to see things more clearly now about people in your life, about situations, and you'll be able to act accordingly. Some of you may be a little disappointed or surprised by some of the things that you see, but it's information, and that's all. And the information gives you a greater sense of awareness so that you can make appropriate choices. So it's all good. Now, we also were under the influence of a new moon that occurred June 30th in the sign of Cancer. And Cancer now, whenever there's a new moon, it influences all the other signs. And Cancers, as we know, tend to be a little more anxious. They tend to be a little more fearful. So if you notice yourself feeling a little more anxious or a little more afraid or a little more nervous in the world, that's the energy of Cancer influencing you. So if you know that, then you don't have to buy into it. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to really be so afraid. You can just go, oh, that's kind of what's in the ether these days. So I'm not going to really give it all my energy. I'll pay attention, but I'm not going to be too worried about it. Here's the other thing, though. If there is something that is coming up for you as a health matter that's been on your mind, this is the time then to get it checked out. Don't let it go. Cancer is also the sign, you know, that rules the body. It's about disease, about understanding it. So if you've got some inkling that something that's bothering you, don't let it fester. Don't wait. Don't worry about it more. Just go get it handled, get it checked out, and be done with it. It'll save you a lot of peace of mind. And Taurus, you're not, you know, you're not somebody that worries. You're very grounded. You're very pragmatic. You just go and do it. But some Tauruses don't like to be bothered. You know, I just want to keep that to myself. And so this is not the month to do that. If you're actually feeling something, you should go get it checked out and just get it handled. It'll just be better all the way around. I don't see any big problems for Tauruses this month in terms of your health. If anything, I feel like it's a revitalizing period. I feel like you're being rejuvenated and you're being restored this month. That's how it feels for me in your energy. It feels more like you're recovering and recuperating. So some of you could have recently had a procedure done that you are now, you know, getting stronger and feeling better and being more like yourself. And I think you're going to continue to see that through the month of July. So positive things for your health. Now, as far as romantic relationships go, there may have been some of you that have recently just kind of discarded a relationship, like, not really what I thought it was, don't really want to go down that path. I'll keep them in my life, but not under the influence of romance, but more in the terms of a friendship. That feels like there's been some decisions made for some of you. There's also been a greater understanding, maybe some negotiatings in relationships. Some of you may have agreed to divorce, and maybe what you agreed, you may see that unravel here, and you may come back and find that the other partner really doesn't want a divorce, and he's going to come back out of it and change his mind. Some of you may see people coming back into your life and changing their mind, because again, we had whatever was negotiated during Mercury retrograde is you know, we can't really see, the veils in our eyes. And so if you made deals or commitments during those 3 weeks, you may see that falling apart here in these next couple of weeks here, which is not a bad thing. It's the truth is what's happening. It's the truth. People didn't have the same perspective that they had a couple of weeks ago that they have now. So just be aware of that. And if you just handle it matter of fact, which is the way you usually do, Taurus, you'll be fine. As far as money goes, Taurus, financially, I feel like you tend to be the savers. You tend to really have a lot to show for your hard-earned efforts and your work. So I see that Taurus is kind of like always looking to the future. So I see this, you know, this really solid future for you, filled with gold and positive things. And as far as today goes, it feels, you know, it feels like you have what you need. So it feels like a positive thing. As far as money goes, in terms of property or value, propositions, around the 21st, that last week and a half of July, 10 days of July, it feels like there can be some swirling of new conversations, new ideas that you get wind of. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to act right away. It feels like something that you could mull over. It feels like something you could wait. And it may really take root or blossom more in October or November. So it may be just that it's a creative idea that's come in and that you think, that's something I want to do, and you really put more effort into it in the fall. Or it could be something, an opportunity that you invest in, but you wait again until the fall. I'm not seeing any forward motion with it. I'm seeing more, it's a conversation that's germinating and that needs to be, feels like, you know, understood a little bit more thoroughly before you jump in. But it feels positive to me. And even if that's a job offer or you're already with another company, it doesn't feel like it's fast. It feels like it's something that is talked about, mentioned to you, and then it germinates and grows, and you're going to really see it open up more like in November. So anything else about the Taurus that... Yeah, I really see like an opportunity of connecting with family and friends. Good opportunity, unexpected visits from family and friends, and nice things. So I think you can enjoy that. I think you have something to look forward for the month of July. There's a few surprises with friends and family showing up. And I don't mean complete surprises where they just show up on your doorstep, but I mean surprise like, hey, I'll be there in 2 days kind of thing. So like that kind of surprise. So it really feels like a nice, agreeable month for you. So enjoy it, Taurus. Have a fabulous month of July, and I'll connect with you again next month. Hi, if you're a Gemini, born May 21st through June 20th, What can you expect for the month of July 2014? Let's tune in and find out. I'm sorry I'm laughing, Gemini, because right away I'm seeing you must feel like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because I'm seeing one side of you, your hair sticking straight on, and to the other side, you're very passive and calm. So you've had that kind of month where it's just been knee-jerk reaction and then calm, and knee-jerk and calm. So the good news is now that Mercury has gone direct July 1st, you're going to see this side of yourself that was just like freaking out. You're going to see that side more calm. And what's going to happen is you're going to see that this other side of yourself that was so calm is going to start to wake up a little bit more and go, oh, wait a second, I'm awake now. I've got to do something. And so there's some things or areas in your life that you thought were, you know, just fine, that you're going to see you're going to have to dig into a little bit more to make some corrections. And those other areas of your life where you were freaking out, I feel like they're going to leave. They're going to be off the page and not a problem anymore. So you're going to essentially be more in balance in the month of July. You're going to have more focus and energy to direct to the areas of your life that are needed. And the way that you're going to know that is now that Mercury has gone direct as of July 1st, it's opening our eyes to really seeing the truth, to really understanding what we couldn't understand a couple of weeks ago. It's kind of like when Mercury is retrograde, it's like we're all a little bit deaf, dumb, and blind. We don't see, hear, or feel everything. It's like the veil is covering us and the communication is all awry, and that's why you see electronics going crazy and air travel and communication all kind of wigged out. And now you're going to see a settling down of those energies, and you're going to find a greater stability for yourself. But all those things that were pie in the sky are going to fall apart, and you're going to see where the problems are this month, and things that where you were under the illusion that everything is great, you're also going to see the problems there. Or vice versa, things that were problematic you may see and go, oh, it wasn't so bad, it's really fine, I can manage this. So the illusion leaves, you get information, you get clarity, and then that's going to help you to be more balanced and calm and really be able to handle this month in a way that is moving forward. Now the good things with money for you this month, Gemini, is I see that there's some coming in. So I feel like, you know, we're under the influence of Cancer because the new moon happened June 30th in the sign of Cancer. And Cancer is the crab, and it moves sideways, right? It doesn't really move forward. So you may feel a little off balance trying initially out of the gates to get a job or to try and start a new career path. But the good news is I feel like there's momentum that picks up and moves you forward in the middle of the month, and you're going to start to feel more momentum in the right direction of financial security for yourself. And it's also going to require you to save a little more money. It's almost like you've got a hole in your pocket and the money comes in and it falls right out. So I feel the frustration that you have with not being able to save or not being able to have as much money as you wanted. I do think that you're going to get some remedies this month. You're going to see some ways in which you can save some more money and which you can feel like you've got a little bit more, and you can also earn a little bit more. So there's insight, new products, programs, services that are going to help you keep track of your money, and they're also going to create more savings ability for you so that you'll have more money when you want it. And in turn, it feels like that's more the bigger thing for you, I see, than actually you attracting or earning more money. I see for you it's about saving money. There will be some influence of money coming into your life, but the biggest way I see is through savings and through understanding how you're spending your life. And some of that will be coming through new products and ideas, technology that helps you track your money. That feels really good. As far as relationships go, romantic relationships, for some Gemini, you've been on the fence, showing me on the fence, and you know, on this side of the fence it's very crowded, on this side of the fence there might be one or two. So you may have been in the process of dating a number of people or trying to narrow it down to one or two. In this month, I really feel like for you, you're going to see that the lines are blurred. They're not going to be blurred anymore, and you're going to see that they all cross over. So you're going to feel less needy and less of a need to create just one relationship. I feel like you're going to really, if you're single, it feels more like enjoying that ability to be single and having fun and not worrying so much about if that one person is for you or not. they're one of many that you're dating and or seeing. So it's not like I see you leaving somebody, I see you expanding the dating pool that you're in. Now, if you're in a relationship already, it feels like it's growing. It feels like it could, if it's a romantic relationship, well, what we're talking about is romance. If you're married, that definitely feels like there's going to be some open-ended communication that's going to happen, some clearing out of some ways of doing things, so there's a better understanding of what works for the two of you. I feel like, you know, that could get a little heated around the full moon, which is around July 12th, but it's a good conversation, and it doesn't have to be intense. It can be just informative, and your job is just not to take it personal and just to kind of like take it in and know that about yourself. You know, you can be a flip-flopper Gemini, right? You can. And so just know that about yourself, and then you can just work more towards, you know, being on the same page as your partner or as your spouse. So I really feel like it's good information and good support for you. Romantically, there's also positive energy, and you might even be around the mountains, mountainous terrain, around the 21st of July. Really feels like positive things. And some of you, you know, just all had birthdays. There might be still some birthday juice coming your way. Some of you may still get some presents here or some money in around that first week in July. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some trickling in of birthday presents left from the previous month. And then also potential for unexpected travel, showing me around the 25th. So there may be an unexpected travel where you're going someplace and having fun and enjoying yourself. So all good things, you guys. So Gemini, have an amazing month. I feel like your job is really just kind of put your feet on the ground and stop being decisive. You're going to be able to see the truth and just make a decision and stick with it. And that's really going to help you in the month of July to be clear about what you want to do. There's a lot of positive energy for you, a lot of support. I see people coming in to help you. There's a lot of people in your life, especially for romance relationships. If you're single, it's a good month to meet a lot of people and have some fun. It feels relaxing. It feels easy. If you're already in a relationship, I feel like some clarity is going to come in, and then there's some good opportunity to get away and go expand on that clarity and have some fun. Financially, everything feels like it's coming together. You're starting to get some momentum going, and you're going to learn, more importantly, ways to save, and so that you can have more money for when you need it. So have a great month, Gemini. Great to connect with you, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month.